Hello, well here, and today we are in Skyrim, and we are going to be looking at 3 mods. We have a race mod, a sort of clothing mod of a sort. It's not directly clothing, but you'll see when we get to it, and a player home. And as you can see, we are in the race menu, so we're going to start with mod number 1, which is Amazon Moria by Untitled Scooter. One thing I want to point out with this one is, unfortunately, the pictures that Untitled has provided, unfortunately, will not obviously match what is in, or basically how it will look on PlayStation. Unfortunately, they are using screenshots taken from PC, and they've obviously had their character modded on there, so bear that in mind if you're kind of newish to modding and not aware what can and can't be done. But alright, so first things off the bat is, unfortunately, no new description, but that's fine. They obviously didn't change the description, they just changed they haven't changed anything apart from the actual race name. That's fine. You do obviously still have the male and female versions. Presets are the same as what you would get originally, but that's fine because presets are a bit of a pain in the ass anyway, to be honest. And all that's still the same as it is, nothing new or too crazy, but that's fine. We could deal with that. I'm not expecting there to be a lot of stuff on this first part. I'm expecting it more to be in relation to their stats and sort of what they can, abilities and stuff like that. Alright, so we got Tear. So obviously still at the moment nothing still too new. So we're gonna have a look at their magic. You got different magic. So that's from a different mod. Still only have flames. Still have only restoration. Still has battle cry, and the same with the Nords. So obviously they were based off Nords. They do have resist disease, as in the same way as the Argonians do, and they do have 100% resistance to poison, and then they still have the normal 50% resistance to frost in the same way as the Nords. So they do have a couple of different abilities. Probably not the most useful abilities, but abilities nonetheless. So then if we look at their skills, we can have a look at their stats. Now this is where probably most of it is going to be different, and to which it is straight off the bat. Magicka is at 300, health is at 300, and stamina is also at 300. Now I'm going to imagine that the health, magicka and stamina stats are the same for the female as well as the male. I'm going to imagine that they are the same. And skills wise, they have a massive increase in smithing, pretty useful increase in block, nice increase in one-handed, a nice increase in light armor, as well as lockpicking. Speech they have an increase, so definitely not really a character to use if you want to do magic, because obviously their magic is quite low at the start. They are definitely obviously, but it's the kind of the clues in the title, Amazon Warrior. So definitely a better person to go for if you want to be sort of like play as I don't know what kind of class you would call it as, but it's obviously someone who's good with a sword and shield, but wears light armor instead of heavy. And so yeah, that's basically it for this first one. So yeah, it's now I don't know how many mods before Untitled Scooter, or I'm just gonna call him Scooter for short. I don't know how many mods Scooter has made. This is the first one I've seen from Scooter, so I'm not gonna be too surprised if it's not overly complex or in depth and stuff like that. But yeah, it's always nice to do as a new, to have a different kind of race. I mean, obviously, yes, there would definitely be some things that I would have done differently if it was me. Because, you still attack and you still attack like normal. Stamina regeneration might be increased a little bit. Might have a slightly faster health regeneration. But yeah, So this isn't going to be a mod for those if you want to start as a new race and do like a role playing as some very, a stranger to the lands, because, you kind of basically you look like a Nord. You have very similar stats and abilities to his Nord, so it fits in, but it doesn't make enough alterations to warrant a new race. If that makes any sense, basically. It's not to say it's bad. It's just to say that I would have liked to have seen more. Maybe some new some different abilities, or maybe they would have a new power of some kind, specifically only just for the Amazon warrior, rather than it being based off the Nord battle cry. Or maybe a variation in these in the Amazonians, as you may as well call them, I suppose, because there'd be more than one. But there's slightly different variations in Amazonians, so it could be an expansion. So you get one type of Amazonian race that is more specified in combat. Weapon combat, unarmed combat kind of style. The berserkers, the warriors. But then you also get those ones who are more specialized in actual magic, and those who are specialized. So basically, you got one Amazon warrior specialized for each kind of category of skill, whether it be magic, combat, or stealth. So that could be something that they could look into in the future. But that's the thing. Yes, it's a bit of a generic start for a mod, a new race mod. It's a very generic start, but has potential to actually be expanded upon and actually go into more depth, which I would be interested to see if they do that. And if they do, I might have a look at what they've done. But that's going to be it for Amazon Warrior. So again, this was Amazon Warrior by Uncle75 Scooter. I will leave a comment in the description below if you want to try it out for yourself, or if you just want to, maybe you can think of a way to role play with this kind of character, possibly. Alright, so we're going to move on to mod number 2. And for mod number 2, we need to go to Riverwood, because this person always puts their mods in Riverwood. It's like a disease to them. Alright, and here we are with mod number 2, or at least looking for mod number 2, which is a body paint by Aurllcooljay. Obviously it was going to be at the Sleeping Giant in Riverwood, because pretty much all of Aurl's mods are found here. And I do believe is that this might be it here. Now here we are. The body paint knapsack. Right, so obviously what this kind of basically does is, well, what it says on the tin, basically. It basically allows you to wear certain kind of like body paints, as you can see modelled here. Obviously some of it will more likely be what will look kind of like just like blood kind of textures and stuff like that. But obviously they've been sort of like reworked and this and that and the other. Now obviously there are probably going to be some textures that work better than others. So let's have a look at, let's go for, now one thing it did need to point out, which it does say in the, there you go, so yeah, you got on there, so you got like the blue body paint / grey underwear, and you got a couple of those. I think it's just mainly this one, that one. So like these sort of like 4 here is you will need the Goblins Creation Club mod installed for these ones to work. If you don't, they will come out as like a sort of like a kind of like a light purple texture, which just basically means that that's something that occurs when the texture isn't recognized. So the game has to sort of like put something there, and that's its like default setting for a texture or something on one of those kind of blinds. So unless you have the Goblins DLC, well, the Creation Club mod for the Goblins, the blue body paints with the grey underwear, you will not work on your game. So let's have a look at. Let's not go for the blue ones. I'm not going to go for blood because blood just looks like it's basically just. I don't know. You've gone to town on someone you really hated and you started hacking them into pieces. It'd be good for a horror situation, I think. So we're going to have a look at. Let's have a look. So we'll look at. I'm going to have a look at the leaves body paint. I think we'll have a look at that one. So I'll take one of them. We're also going to look at one. We'll look at one of the lightning ones. So we'll look at that one, and then we will also look at the ice body. All right. So we've got 3 different ones. All right. So here we are with the ice body paint. So it is unfortunate you can't wear this. As far as I can work out, you can't wear this along with like other things that cover the body. That might just be due to because of the slot that it has to take. But then there you go. There's the first one. So that's the ice body paint. Next one we're going to look at is where we going. We are going to let's have a look at the lightning body paint. So the lightning, a bit more subtle. You can still see that as lines, and it's not, they're not dull.
May the gods watch over your battle.
They're not, they're not dull or anything like that. And I've got everyone watching. Just a half naked woman in the room. Yes, you were probably having a cheeky look around your mate. Yeah, so that's a lightning one. I don't mind that one. It's just a shame that I don't think I would be able to wear anything over the top of this. In the ways of like actual kind of clothing, because as soon as if I take that off, you saw it goes on there. Put that on, and it gets rid of the armor. And the last one is Delene's body paint. That's it. That one actually looks. See, I like that one. In the ways of like, the lightning one texture did work because there were no like odd texture blotches or cut-offs, as like in the ways of like there was with the ice one. You can see where some of the textures were cutting off, but that's just the way that the texture works. But this one, it's quite a large one, in the ways that there's much more.
Yes.
It's covering the body, but there's less cut-off for the texture. So I actually quite like that one. Now obviously there are a few more. You got a few more in there. It'll say in the description if there's any more anywhere else. But but I thought I'd show off a few of them. So we've seen the ice one, we've seen the lightning one, we've seen the leaf one, which out of the 3 that I've looked at, I'll say this one's probably my favourite one. But of course, as always, I will leave a link in the description below if you want to download this mod for yourself, or if you want to try it out, just to see if there's any that you like, or to have a look at the ones that you didn't see. But once again, this was Body Paint by Aurllcooljay. And so yeah, but time to move on to the final mod of the video, into which we don't have to go too far. We only got to go down to the road, and we're about to go and move into a new Dwemer home. Alright, and here we are with the final mod of the video, which this is Drakk-Faern by Silver7 6600. We'll just call him Silver for short, or Silver7. Silver7, there you go. So yeah, so this is Drakk-Faern. Well, I think that's how you pronounce it, not Asaki. I'm entirely sure how you pronounce it. But Drakk-Faern by Silver 7. As you can see, it is definitely a Dwemer structure. And it is meant to be a sort of like a player home. And so there isn't a map marker, there's no map icon on your map straight away. But it does stay in the description where it is. But it's just basically just down the road a bit from Riften. And you're gonna get to this area here. But it's pretty big to notice. So it's very, very hard to miss. Right. Now, I do believe it is locked. So there is supposed to be like a small pot or something like that around the area that is supposed to have the key. Now, I don't know if it's that gate there that needs the key. Is it this gate here? Yeah, so that's the one that requires the key. Alright, I found the pot. It is unfortunately, it's a little bit obscured by this plant. So you might not see it straight away, but you'll be looking for this ancient Dwemer pot. And here you will find the key to Drakk-Faern and a old handwritten note. My time in this realm is at an end, and so I leave this note hidden with the key to the Dwemer underground hall known as Drakk-Faern, Dragonhome, for another adventurer to find. I hope that whoever finds this makes good use of this abode, as I have during my time here. The Dwemer was certainly great architects, and it would be a great shame to let this place go to waste. Malice Kane. Now, I don't know if Malice Kane was from is part of Elder Scrolls lore, or if it's literally just been made up by Silver 7. But either way, we got the key. It's a very nice location. I know there are one or two. I think there are like one or two other house mods that sort of are around this kind of area. So there may be some possible conflictions with some other house mods and stuff like that. So be aware of that. But now that we have the key, we can now go upstairs and we can actually get in. I mean, you could just Skyrim up. You could possibly just Skyrim up the mountain and just get it up there that way. But I want to do it. I wanted to do it properly. So first thing we got here is we got a place for you can do a bit of wood chopping. You got outdoor seating, some hay. I mean, I don't know what the hay is for. I mean, you know, would you bring your horse all the way up these stairs? I don't know, maybe. You might do. It all depends. But yeah. Alright, so you got a couple of basic stuff on the outside. It's not over cluttered, but you know, it's decorated out. Well, minus the fog, you would probably have a nice view. Fortunately, I do not right now, but I do have Sekhmet trying to kill me. Lovely. Yeah, but not a bad little location. So let's go and have a look. Oh, you need a key to get in here anyway, into the actual building. Alright, so let's have a look inside Drakk-Faern. Alrighty then, so here we are. Okay, at the moment nobody has followed me inside, so this may not be follower friendly. But we'll find out soon though, if it is. Alright, so straight off the bat, dragon sculpture. Lovely, like that. Very nice. Open entry and first thing to see. Okay, let's have a look. Doesn't need to be any kind of background music at the moment, but that might be by design, or it might be my game bugging out. So black and white. Got some Dwemer stuff here. Okay, so you seem to have a lot of these dwarven spears and statues. That definitely said. Okay, so this is to the kitchen. Oh, nice basic kitchen. It gives you the basics of what you need. So you got all your storage, drinks, got your food. That's a 5 wine case. So you know you got a unique kind of, well, not so much unique, but at least a named storage for food and a named storage for drink. You got your cooking pot. Hold on. Yeah, you're gonna kind of levitate off the ground. I was just thinking, hold on, that seems to be a bit high for a cooking pot. As it turns out, you will float up in the air. But that's fine, we can live with that. And oven. You know, you got your cooking pot, you got your oven, got your apple pie. And yeah, it's a nice basic kitchen. You know, it's not too barren, but not too cluttered either. So, very nice. Yeah, we got a bathroom apparently. Alright then, the bathroom. You got some decoration over here. Nice, easy, simple bath. So bath, it's a swimming bath, so there's not sit down, relax. It's actual swimming around. A nice little swimming bath. Kind of over here, just a bit more decorational wise. And then over here, you got yourself a little. Okay, yeah, you know, they're not always going to do something, but it's supposed to emulate like running water with taps. And I'm gonna guess that's maybe meant to be a toilet. I'm gonna guess that's supposed to be a toilet. You know, you could turn them. Unfortunately, again, yeah, they don't do anything, but that's slightly a bit more advanced stuff. Okay, then you go around into a bedroom. Oh shit, what we got in the bedroom? More book of Dragonborn. Got a cupboard. You got your bed in the corner, big, you know, nicely laid out corner for the bed. And lots of jewelries and stuff. And just a whole pile of gold. Yeah. There was something else in there, I think. Yeah, there you go. Emerald. Yoink. Emerald. Okay. We got that. You got yourself a couple of thrones you can sit on. We got a bloody book. Literally a bloody book. A little statue there of a dragon priest. I don't know, maybe this guy was a dragon priest. You know, he's got the dagger. So you never know. Clothes enchanted. And clothes. So you can separate them out from what you have as. And you seem to get some free clothes. So can't argue with free stuff, can you? But you got one to separate out enchanted and non-enchanted stuff. The safe does require the key to actually get in here in the first place. Which you have 10 grand. Oh, I'm taking that. Mine now. But yeah, 10 grand. Ain't gonna lie. Again, I like the layout. It's, you know, it's not too barren, but neither is it too over-cluttered. You know, so I like the layout. Nice, it's a nice, easy layout on the eyes. Alright, so let's now go back. Gotta go back. Oh, we gotta be good. We gotta shut the doors behind us. We weren't born in a bloody barn, for God's sake. Alright, so on the, I suppose, the east wing, I suppose you may as well refer it to as. On the east wing, we have the Armory. Now, I don't know how big this is going to be, but pretty sizable. It's a pretty sizable armory. We'll have to grant you. And the vines, necklaces, rings, circlets, heavy armor, light armor, my armor, guard's armor. Alright, so you got all the guard's armor in here. And then you got my armor. I'm gonna assume that's basically probably more designed for the armor that you kind of mainly wear, kind of stuff. I'm gonna guess. Looks like you got all the guard shields on the wall. Warhammers, maces, bows and arrows, staffs, uniques, axes, swords and daggers. You know, so you don't have unique storage, but you do have itemized storage. So Disto then is a bit easier to organise everything out for yourself, which that's just as good as unique storage. Because as unique storage most time it is just storage for itemization, but just designed and decorated differently. And then obviously you got your mannequins. There you got all your mannequins here as well. Only thing I've noticed in here at the moment, which it's not a big problem. It's not a major problem. It's just a little. It's a little detail for people, especially if you know, if you're obsessive compulsive or anything like that. Is unfortunately that the Whiterun shield is upside down. But you know, Whiterun. Well, not Whiterun, Winterhold. The Winterhold shield. Sorry, Whiterun, you're over here and you're fine. No, the Winterhold shield. It is upside down. But then Winterhold does suck. So, who cares if you show it some disrespect? Because Winterhold sucks anyway. Yeah. But yeah, again, Armory, it's, you know, it's not massive. But plenty of places for you to put weapons, to display your armors, to store stuff. Without it being sort of like overwhelmingly big. It's big, but it's not overwhelmingly big. There we go, you got a few necklaces, bit of gold, Nightmare's Truth, and then the smithy. So we've got the smithy, another place where you could obviously do a bit more in the ways of displaying some weapons. Maybe, you know, maybe these are what you could place weapons you want to improve but don't have all the materials for. You could place them on here as to basically say, right, these are the ones that I still need to work on. Yeah. Smithing materials, but it's empty at the moment, but that's fine. You've got basic ingots. You've got your smelter, you've got your tan rack. Dragonfire Forge. Is there anything unique about Dragonfire Forge? Let's have a look. I don't know if there's anything unique about the Dragonfire Forge. I will have to have a look. I'll have to have a look at the description to see if it says anything about the Dragonfire Forge. But we'll do that at the end. Alright, so let's carry on. And you got a few more materials there. And then this goes into alchemy and enchanting. So you got your little private library kind of thing here. You got things with scrolls, notebooks, just a bookcase. You got all your shrines. Poisons, potions, alchemy lab here. Alchemical supplies. Staff enchanter, arcane enchanter. You know, soul gems and heartstones. My god, you got 50 and 20. You got enough soul gems, Jesus Christ. But yeah, again, I like how it's decorated out. It's not overcluttered, but it's not undercluttered either. And it, you know, the layout is nice, simple, easy to navigate. But the whole entire house is really is nice and easy to navigate. So you know, I'll call it that. That's pretty cool. That's very good. I like that. Because I don't like the player homes where it's specifically just a singular home, but they're huge and they're massive. And there's so many different rooms you can go into, and this and that and the other, and you just get lost really easily, and this and that and the other, I mean, I appreciate the time that the modder worked on that kind of style of mod, because I know from experience that kind of stuff can take ages to make. It's just, for me, I prefer the homes to be at least a little bit smaller. They can still be, you know, kind of big, because, you know, even this is kind of big. I mean, there's still something down there, technically. But, you know, at the same time, you know, I don't like it to be too big. But, you know what? I'm going to save going down there for you lot. I'm not going to go down there. I don't even know what's down there. No. Let's just tease you. What's down here? Engine room. Oh, you know what? Since it's, you know what? Screw it. Since it's not a specific unique room or sorts. It's just an engine room, obviously it being more for aesthetic decoration. We'll have a look. Why not? But yeah, so it's just aesthetic decoration, this room. Alright, so that's going to be it for this one. I will also, actually very quickly, just before we go, we need to check out about that Dragonfire Forge and see if there's anything unique about it. Alright, so just had a look at the description again. Couldn't see it saying anything about the Dragon Forge. Doesn't say anything in there about it if it's got anything unique to it or if it's just uniquely named, which I think is probably the case. That it might just be uniquely named because the name of this place actually translates to. What language it is technically, I don't know. I don't know if it's an in-game language or if it's a real-world language. But yeah, I think the Dragon Forge or Dragonfire Forge is basically it's just uniquely named, not able to create unique stuff. It does also say that followers can follow inside, but there are no beds or anything like that for followers or children. So this is more designed for basically just the player, rather than it being sort of like a player home for children, spouses, followers, whatever. But that doesn't mean that you can't use like relocate NPC and put people in here. You can still do that technically. It just means that they won't be sleeping anywhere apart from the actual one single bed that's in this place. But that's fine. We can live with that. Anyone can live with that technically. But right, so with all that said and done, that is it for this video. As always, I will leave a link to the description of this mod in the description below. So there'll be a link down there if you want to download it for yourself and try it out for yourself. And again, this was Drakk-Faern by Silver7 6600. But right, now that's all said and done, it's time for me to get out of here. So if you did like this video, please remember to leave a like, and why not subscribe as well. You know, you can see what other videos I've done on Skyrim. I will also be continuing on with my concepts series, which is where I talk about it's not so much the modding process, but where I'm going to talk about where, you know, because the first episode has been done, into which I just basically talk about where I get ideas for mods from. You know, and the series is also going to cover stuff like dungeon layout, you know, designing dungeons and doing dungeon layouts and player home layouts, and you know, how to put a story together for a mod, and you know, all that kind of stuff. Not so much like these aren't like professional ways of doing it or anything like that. This is just from how I would do it, since I do mods myself. This is like, you know, it's from my accounts of how I would go around it. So you can also, you know, if you're looking into doing modding yourself, that might be a series to look out for and to keep an eye on the videos for. But if you have any mod suggestions yourself, or if you want to, you know, just ask me questions about modding, or just generally ask me any generalized questions, yes, you can do it in the comments below if you want to. But I will also leave a link to my Discord server as well, where you can also post those same questions, which is probably a bit of a faster way for you to get an answer to a question. If you do have a question, it's probably a bit of a faster way of doing it is to do it via Discord rather than in the YouTube comments. But you can leave them anywhere, because you know, you don't have to join the Discord server if you don't want to, or if you already on too many. Yeah, maybe just stick with the comments. Alright, so that's it for this video. So until next time, I'll see you all later.